Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Fantastic Four issue 14. And this was a really great issue. I was kind of not completely sure where they were going to go when going and doing things with the original flight of the Fantastic Four, but I really liked the setup and really showing homage to the past while doing something new for the future. So we start off and we see that the ship that the Fantastic Four used, the Marvel One, is being inducted into the National Air and Space Museum, and there's a big ribbon cutting ceremony that Reed and Sue do, and just seeing them kind of reminiscing about everything. Especially their kids being like, "Listen, we've done multiverses and stuff like that," while Reed's like, "Yeah, but this is we equate this to like the old wooden ships and everything of how it was done." But of course, Val and Franklin aren't that enthused and decide to kind of go off on their own. We see that Ben is trying to deal with the fact that this is a crash that he had instead of like going somewhere and doing something, because he's talking about how he would always want a kind of ship that he had flown to be here among the greats, but he doesn't really feel that well about it. And they even have a box that kind of plays back the mission kind of dialogue that was going on, and it was really kind of cool seeing the great art that we've got that just looks pretty awesome, and then the homage to kind of the original artwork that was done for the comics and how it just fits so well. We also get into effect that we got some people talking to Johnny about how he's like one of the youngest people to become a NASA pilot and all that, and we see that two other people that were supposed to be on the mission kind of coming by and saying, "Oh, no, it's pretty great that you took that for us, because we've got normal eyes and everything. We could have been like a monster like Ben." But of course, Johnny pretty much goes at him for it, being like, "Hey, Ben's a hero, man. Screw you guys." I'm like, there you go, Johnny. I always love that he sticks up for his family like that. That was just a really. It sucked that people were thinking like that. We even had a kid being afraid of Ben, and I'm just like, yeah, I can kind of get that, but he has done so many great things, and I mean, I don't know. Granted, he just doesn't look that scary to me. I mean, if you're a villain, yeah, he's gonna scare the shit out of you, because it's fucking clobbering time that he's coming for your ass. But we just see that some people still think of it as a monster. It just really sucks. So they're dealing with all that, and they go off. We see that Ben kind of talks to Johnny about what was going on with the two guys that had two other people that had showed up who were connected with the mission. So, yeah, yeah, it, just forget about it. And then we see that Reed is on to his next project, trying to build something. Of course, Sue's like, "No, this is why I love you. Do your thing." And we see Johnny kind of flying off into space, and then we get kind of a recap of Johnny going through and becoming a NASA pilot. And it's really kind of cool because he wanted to be a part of it, and we kind of hear it explained that he felt something pulling towards him, that it was like a destiny kind of thing. As he does all these things, Ben's like, "Yeah, you can be a backup pilot if you go through all this in this such short amount of time." And him just really drilling himself on it and pushing himself to be that best, and he gets to it. And Ben showing him that respect was really kind of cool. And we that's pretty much where we get to the end of the past, and then we see that Alicia was getting up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, but hits into a wall, and we find out that Reed had like expanded the space in the lab. He's like, "Sorry, sorry, sorry, I'm just doing something." And then Johnny's kind of got an inkling, goes in and sees that he kind of knows what he's working on, and decides to help him out as well. And we see that they are not using their powers to do it. Reed's not using his stretching powers, and Johnny isn't using his flame powers, instead doing welding and old tools, and saying, "Hey, yeah, we have to do this original, otherwise it doesn't count." And then laughing about it. I'm like, yes, I understand that. It's that kind of mentality of, okay, yeah, you might have these cool kind of tools now, but if you set yourself a challenge of, especially doing things like back in the old school, like, I don't know, living like a Revolutionary War soldier or whatnot, or trying to build a warship from like ancient times. You want to do it like how they did it, to prove that you understand how those processes work, and to make it the best, so that way that victory just works. And I really like seeing that mentality that like Reed and Johnny are both sharing. You wouldn't really think that they would have that in common, but it was really nice to see it. So we see that Ben and the rest of the family are sort of like, what are they doing? Of course, they reveal the Marvel 2, and they're like, yeah, let's recreate this and go there. Of course, Val and Franklin are like, that's stupid. We could be there like that. You go do your stuff. And I kind of understand it, how they're thinking of that like kids, but I kind of hope that I get to a point in my life that they are kind of grown up and they get a story like that and it's like, this is what Dad felt like. And just want to see that facepalm moment. That'll be kind of sweet. But of course, Ben's pissed off about this and is like, no, this is like the stupidest thing you guys have ever done. And of course, Sue and Alicia are trying to kind of like calm him down. Alicia doing the kind of like Hulk calming method from like Avengers Age of Ultron. That was a nice little throw line in there. And he's kind of bashed off and just like pissed off and everything. And Alicia's like making sandwiches and everything. And he's just ranting and railing. But then as the rest of the team are ready to kind of say goodbye, they've got a Herbie unit that's pretty much going to pilot for him. This, of course, sets Ben off and is like, no, screw that. Pretty much gets ready. Alicia hands him a pail with all the sandwiches and everything. He's like, you know I was going to go? I was like, yeah, of course you were going to go. And he got in the suit and everything. They had built the seat and everything specifically for him and all the controls because you knew he had to do it because he's the best pilot that they have. And so they blast off pretty much to the edge of the map. And I'm like, this is really kind of cool. And I like that exploratory spirit of going into the unknown. Granted, multiverses and everything have been introduced, and the universe is so much bigger, but it's kind of cool to be like, this was our unknown point at one point. We still don't know it's there. Let's go there. And I'm like, that's a great start to a story, and I can't wait to see where this kind of goes off to. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.